I said, is it Christian McCaffrey or the offensive line?
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
Jordan Mason went
they
off.
do have Trent Williams.
Right.
Hey, welcome to Thy Kingdom Come. We're a podcast where we talk all things Chiefs and NFL. I'm Justyn. That's Dionte.
What up?
Yeah, today's a good day. We got Josiah over there running things behind the camera. So we're gonna just kind of jump in. Week 1, man.
Yeah, we are here.
Week 1
NFL,
is over.
Week 1 is in the bag.
We know who's going to be good and who isn't, right?
Yes.
After week 1,
Yeah,
we know
yeah.
the good teams, we know the bad teams. Who's 0-1? Because that'll tell us who's going to win the Super Bowl.
Ooh. Who is 0-1?
Yeah, because that's what the Chiefs did last year,
Yeah.
right?
With two teams in our division.
You need the only team that's 0-1 right now?
The only team.
Right. Like, only one of them can win the Super Bowl. Like you said, the 0-1 team.
No, who
Just
are the
pick one?
0-1 teams?
Oh, they're all going to win the Super Bowl is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
They're
I
all
just
gonna
want
be
to
in the
figure out
playoffs.
which one of those 0-1 teams.
They will all
Got
be in the
it.
playoffs,
Yep,
and they
yep.
will all
Those
all make the
16
Super Bowl.
Teams,
Yes.
right? Those 16 teams are going to be in the playoffs. And
Yes.
They're all going to be 0-1.
all going to be 0-1 to start the season. That's so stupid. But yeah, so week 1 recap, man. We'll hit in just a second. I'm going to hit a couple of the notable injuries. You guys might disagree if I don't say some certain people, but these are the people who are important to me, okay? They're important to me. Jordan Love.
And that's all that matters.
Jordan Love. All you need is love. Well, apparently not for Green Bay. They need Malik Willis, too.
Hey, they're
Huh?
Yeah, they're 0-1.
Oh, they are on 1?
Yes, they're 0-1.
Oh, man, maybe they'll win the Super Bowl.
Not
Shoot. Well, Brazil's failed to keep everyone safe on the Friday last week. So Jordan Love, MCL injury, going to be out 3 to 6 weeks-ish. Then we also have notable from Sunday for me was Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua had a crazy great year last year with the absence of Cooper Kupp. However, I drafted Cooper Kupp, so I'm not angry about it. It's an MCL sprain.
I am.
So luckily,
Puka in one of my leagues.
it's not like an MCL tear.
It's
Although,
a PCO.
or I'm sorry, PCL. Right, PCL sprain. It's not like a tear of any ligaments, so that's a positive. What was I going to say? Yeah, so when it's a tear, it's usually like, was it like 3 months or something like that? Like
Sure.
when you're recovering from a tear, 4 to 6 weeks. He's going to be placed on IR, so minimum I think is 4 games.
I think 4 games, yeah.
So, yeah, that kind of sucks for the Rams having the guy opposite Cooper Kupp to really.
Who they're 0-1.
They're also 0-1.
Yes.
Man, everybody was saying
Everyone's
Matt
going to the
Stafford.
Super Bowl. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
There was several.
The Ravens
pundits,
are 0-1.
Hey.
There were several pundits saying that the Matt Stafford was going to break his own record of yards thrown in Detroit. Of like they said he was going to throw like 500 yards. I'm like, I don't know. And then Puka got hurt, and I'm just like, yeah, it's definitely not happening now. But yeah, so there you go. PCL injury for him. Another one, David Njoku, high ankle sprain in Sunday's loss to the Cowboys. Jake Ferguson for the Cowboys. Man, tight ends, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jake Ferguson, he avoided the torn ACL but left with a knee injury. Knee injuries are prevalent this past week.
Yeah.
Guys, go walking more.
Yes, do something.
Do something outside.
Yes. Do more squats.
Do more. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much. Those are the biggest.
Christian McCaffrey.
One. Oh, Christian McCaffrey. You're right. So
CMC.
Christian McCaffrey, I'm mad about this because I had him in one of my leagues, and it was right before game time. They announced that he was not going to be there. Now, Josiah did in one of our leagues. He dropped Jake Moody, the kicker.
He dropped Christian McCaffrey?
No,
No.
you can't. He
That's why I
chose him
dropped
one
my
overall.
kicker.
he's a lock.
He couldn't. You're locked with him for the season.
No.
I would have never
unless you trade him.
McCaffrey. You kidding
Unless
me?
you trade him. But so he moved Christian McCaffrey to the bench. We don't have an IR slot in this league, and he picked up. Is it
Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason for San Francisco, but dropped Jake Moody. Jake Moody scored more points than Jordan Mason.
It was neither of
Wait,
them.
did he?
Yes,
He ended up-
he scored 24 points.
24, and
Well,
Jordan
Mason had-
scored.
Mason had 22.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he would have been better, and he lost by 3 though, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't
either
matter.
way.
He would have lost anyway.
Jordan Mason had more of an upside going into the game.
It would have
Yeah.
mattered. That's the butterfly effect.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, it would have mattered.
Sorry.
You probably would have won that. See,
Oh my gosh.
Because I
what
would
am I
have
gonna do with this?
impacted the game and
Stupid.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, but those are my notable injuries. Oh, and they also moved Christian McCaffrey to a away from
just had some
a
cash.
calf strain to an Achilles, and they're like, "Oh no, it's been the Achilles the whole time." Yeah, okay, all right, buddy. Jordan Mason also said he knew he was starting on Friday. Kid needs to keep his mouth shut.
That's a
because
problem. He was excited. He was excited.
He was excited, dude.
I
He
get
just
it.
ran for 147 yards
that was
and a
his
touchdown.
first. That was his first NFL
28
start.
carries.
Right? That was his first start.
28 carries,
Yeah.
147 yards and a touchdown. What?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Anyways,
He went
that's all
off.
I got.
Should have had 2.
I talked
Sorry.
longer than I wanted to,
You should have
but
had 2.
that's all. That's all I got. Yeah, I guess we're gonna jump over to Dionte. Give us a couple of the
Yeah. So,
contract updates.
oh yeah, we got 2 contracts. One of them, as you know, it's kind of funny because it seems like every conversation I have had with someone, and we talked about a quarterback's contract, I think almost each time has said, "This is the largest contract in NFL history. This is the largest contract in NFL history. Largest contract in NFL history."
Hey, what is
So,
this one?
This is the largest contract in NFL history, with Dak Prescott coming in at 4-year, $240 million. And if I'm correct, the deal went down around like 11 o'clock before game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
It,
like
it was
an hour
like
or
11
two.
o'clock. They had a 3:25 game, and so at 11 o'clock
And
or so.
I mean, he played like he didn't get a contract.
What? Okay, well, to start off, he looked like he got some money.
Yeah,
But then
start
after
off.
that,
He didn't see it coming, is what he said.
Yeah. So he's going to be, $60 million a year.
Yep, first contract in NFL history to start with a 6.
6, again, the largest.
I mean, unless
ever.
it was a 6.
231 of it is guaranteed.
It's guaranteed money with
Yeah.
$80 million signing
Wow.
bonus.
Yes.
That's almost
So,
the whole thing.
The man got paid. He got paid. And
Hey,
there's been a lot of hot takes out there.
Hey, can I borrow $100?
Yeah, can I borrow $100, man? Nah, I need about 1,000 from you, dog. Can I borrow $100?
maybe 10 racks.
Yeah, that's so. Dak Prescott, a lot of people
I still
shaking
think
their
he's
head.
overpaid. I still think he's overpaid.
Even some of the Cowboys fans are like, "What did we do?"
Well, and his stats are comparable to Patrick Mahomes, except for the postseason.
I mean,
He
you
just-
better watch your mouth. Put that man name in with Patrick Mahomes.
Well, like, think about it. Regular season, he's almost as good as Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Postseason, he's not even close.
NEC, yep. So, but Dak Prescott got paid. He didn't see it coming, but I know he believes he got the money that
Right.
he wanted. So, but be paying attention because next year we're going to have the largest NFL contract from somebody else. So, with that being said,
Next week, Jamar Chase. This week,
Yeah.
largest NFL contract.
it will be outside of
for
a quarterback.
receiver,
Yeah. So Dak Prescott got paid. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that, and I guess good luck to you.
Good luck to the Cowboys. Man.
Yeah, good
Y'all-
luck.
Y'all need some luck.
Yeah,
Y'all
need
need some luck.
I think they need to spread that money in a few extra places when it comes to postseason.
Bruh.
But yeah, we'll talk about it. And then coming back home to the Chiefs, we got Noah Gray reaching a 3-year, $18 million contract extension.
Yeah, man.
Which, if I'm correct, the contract really breaks down to 2 years is the main part of this contract, with it being about 10 $3.5 million or whatever. And if we decide to let him go and we move forward after that, then it'll only be a $3 million dead cap hit.
Yeah.
So not crazy money, and then it doesn't hurt us if we decide to move on. Noah Gray did, though. You know, he had, 3 catches for, I think it was 34 yards. He had a couple more yards than Travis Kelce. So, woohoo, baby. So,
Yeah,
but
he played like he made money.
Yeah, he had 3 more yards.
Yeah, 3 more yards than Travis Kelce. And he played a ton of snaps. So, again, Noah Gray played well for the most part. And he got a little cash in his pocket. So, and I think that one was that one was day of as well, I believe, wasn't it?
Yep,
day of. So, so that's cool. You know, I guess we still got money because we're still spending it.
Still spending money like we got it.
Yep. So that's cool. But Noah Gray, happy to you.
Here's the Trey Smith
Sunday.
contract.
Yeah. Oh, what you got? Fingers crossed.
All right, I'm good.
You good?
Yep. I'm solid.
I like the hold. That was good.
Yeah, that was
Thank
good.
you.
So what that means is we're expecting Trey Smith to be contract extended, right? Okay, cool. Got that. All right, so those are the 2 kind of contracts that wanted to bring up. So let's kind of get into this game of a recap. I'm going to give you play-by-play of everything that happened. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, hey,
I can talk really fast.
I live tweeted the game.
Yes.
I typed out every single play, and
I should have
the
counted how many
guys
tweets that was.
the guys didn't know I was doing it, and I texted them that I was doing it. And then Josiah went behind me and liked every single one of those tweets. And it was constant notification.
You got notified for every single one?
I got notified for every single one. My phone was
man.
That's how you know we're
blowing
not
up.
big.
Yeah.
Is that you still have notifications on for every single
Right,
like.
right,
That's how you know
Yo,
that we're
it's
not.
like, a follower? Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Dude, I don't want to look at my followers. They're all bots. Like legit. I have 93 followers on Twitter, all organically bots.
They probably they must all play Fortnite.
Fork knife? What's that?
Fortnite.
Fork knife.
Yeah,
That's
bots.
a Fortnite.
Oh,
reference.
bots.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
the lot of bots.
Hopefully
Something
that
the kids
plays to
play.
some of the audience.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll know what Fortnite is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna capture
It
that
said.
crowd.
It said.
They're
It said
talking
our
Fortnite.
crowd-
Yay!
It did say our crowd, like most of our audience, is 55 to 75.
Nice.
Fortnite players.
Yeah, so it's got to be Fortnite players, right?
Oh yeah, straight
okay,
bots.
Cool.
All right, so we'll come the quarterback comparison. You had Lamar Jackson who went 26-41, 273 and a touchdown, which we only got 1 sack. But man, the dude
That was a sack though.
the dude. Oh yeah,
Who was it?
that was
Stone
Cold Chris Jones, and it was a strip sack. So
Yeah, it was.
and we recovered.
I didn't know he could
by,
do that on the field.
Yeah, recovered by FAU. So I didn't even know he was allowed in the room. So
right, FAU, who we were trashing all preseason.
Yeah.
like looking up, coming up with a fumble recovery.
Yep.
Good on you, man.
So and then Lamar Jackson also had 16 carries for 122 yards. I tell
Hey,
you,
but I tell you, who didn't have a good amount of yards?
who is
Derrick Henry.
Derrick
that? The
Henry.
King Henry did not. He had a
Nope.
touchdown, which in that
First
possession
drive.
that they had. Yeah, they moved it well, and I know it kind of looked probably a little scary to some of us, but they didn't really get into until the third quarter. They really didn't get. Well, I guess it was fourth quarter where they really didn't get
Got in the
back
red
into the
zone.
red zone.
Yep.
So for 3 quarters after that, the Chiefs kind of stepped up.
Yeah.
So
Well, and they had
I
to
do-
convert
so-
3 very long third downs.
Yes, they did.
Well, I guess 2 very long third downs, and then one shorter one in order to keep the drive going.
In which Justice Hill got a lot more snaps than Derrick
Yep.
Henry.
Yep.
And some of that. In cases you saw Derrick Henry on the sideline, and you're like, why aren't this man in the game? But
Right.
I guess they got some stuff to figure out there. One thing we do know is that, man, I'm so glad the NFL is
Rigged?
eyeing that too, eyeing more linemen other than Juwan Taylor coming in this year. So
I'm telling you,
the
man.
linemen
Yo,
for
and
Baltimore Ravens got
Stanley.
they just couldn't
Robbie
get right.
Stanley, I
They
think
they couldn't get right. At one point, Harbaugh said, "Tell him to move up." You can see his lips on the camera. He's like, "Just tell him to move up." It's just as simple as that.
Well, the problem is linemen don't look to the side for a lineman.
No.
So he's like the referee, and they did warn him before they called the first penalty.
They did. Yep.
They did warn him before they called the first penalty. And if you think about where Juwan Taylor come from,
Jacksonville.
Oh, he came from Jacksonville, right?
Yeah, from Jacksonville.
He came from Jacksonville.
Yeah, which is
I was thinking Orlando Brown.
Well,
I don't know why.
they are,
But
they are a city in Baltimore. So, but yeah, so we had that, and the Kansas City Chiefs.
that's crazy.
Patrick Mahomes went 20 for 28,
Yep.
291, one
Yep.
touchdown, and one interception.
Yep.
He did have 2 sacks, but only for 10 yards. Somewhere
Nothing crazy.
kind of almost got close back to the line of scrimmage, got sacked.
Right.
So he had a good day there. He did have that interception towards latter part in the second quarter, which I think he had said he should just went to. I think he said Kelsey on the outside.
Yep.
But it happened.
Yep.
We're gonna move on forward. And then Pacheco, 15 carries, 45 yards, 1 touchdown. I would say we kind of talked about this in the this kind of leading up to the season about being better in the red zone, and we kind of got stagnant a little bit there for sure in the second quarter.
I do think so we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with penalties in the red zone.
Yeah, we did.
Travis Kelce had a hold that would have been a first down, I believe, in the red zone, and it got called back.
He also had that drop pass. That would have been.
He did have that drop pass, and then right after that, Juju had that drop touchdown.
Yeah,
drop. But that's a hard catch.
Oh
man.
yeah, and he almost had
his
it. going
elbows
to
hit the ground first,
and then
which
the
is,
ball up.
I mean, good on Juju to get his hands on the ball. Period, because he was covered.
Yeah, he was.
And then we had the Samaje Perine pass out that. I think that's just a miscue because he hasn't been there long.
Yeah.
We had the ball that would have gone probably for a touchdown to Pacheco.
Yeah.
That it hit both of his hands. Mahomes put some heat on that.
Yeah, he did put some heat on that.
But at the same time,
and
Pacheco
and he had a
should catch
guy coming in about to come into his face. So
I mean, those are
that's
just
tough.
week one woes. You know what I mean? So if we can figure out the red zone thing, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
We can't go. What was it? 1 for 3 in the red zone.
Yeah. Well, and we had 2 field goals in the second quarter, but we did have a touchdown in the first, third, and the fourth. So, and 2 of those touchdowns came from who?
No. Xavier Worthy. I want to say Isaiah Pacheco, but he only had 1. Well, I was just looking. I saw 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Pacheco and Xavier Worthy. 1 touchdown, 1 touchdown.
He was so excited to
Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy had 2 touchdowns. Yo, that first touchdown, though, 21-yard reverse handoff from Mahomes. When he turned upfield, it looked like everybody was walking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The camera was moving so fast to keep up. Everybody took 1 or 2 steps by the time Xavier Worthy got from the left side of the screen to the right side.
It literally looked like when I walked to the refrigerator. That's how fast I moved.
Did you have a hand in your?
No, I just moved that fast. I'm just
okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's.
Yes.
Oh, you moved that fast to the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about everybody else looked slow, and that's what you do walking to the refrigerator.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
His first time getting the ball in a game, and
right.
it's a touchdown.
And
Yeah.
if you remember, here's the thing. In the preseason game against the Lions, we ran the same play, but to the left side.
Yep.
With Worthy, and he kind of, after he got the first one, he kind of fumbled, and he got back on it, and he told Matt Nagy and said, the next time we run that play, I believe he's going to go for a touchdown.
Yep.
And then we ran it in this game
The opposite way.
The opposite way, and he ran it for a touchdown.
Well, so I think it's hilarious because a lot of people are complaining about offensive linemen being downfield for that. Guys, okay, I need you guys to know something. I need people watching to know something. When you
Let 'em know.
run a handoff or just a general run play, linemen can be downfield.
They can move.
Before the running back gets the ball. It's a run play.
Yep, they can move to every
Run play. Running play.
The only mistake that would have happened is if Mahomes didn't give Worthy the ball and went to pass the ball.
Right.
That's when they can throw the penalties.
Right.
But until that is the what's going to happen, they can run downfield and get to every level.
They
that
can run
need to.
downfield, then run back within a yard of the line of scrimmage, and then Patrick Mahomes passes the ball. Guess what? That's legal because they're not downfield when the ball was passed.
Yes, we do have lawyers.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways.
yeah. So
also, before we move on, going back to the Jawan Taylor and Robbie Stanley thing. A lineman is allowed to move their back leg in a 2-point stance before the ball is snapped, as long as they don't move forward to move back, or their back leg touches the ground before the ball is snapped. So they can move that back leg before the ball is snapped, and as long as that foot does not touch the ground before the ball is snapped, it's a legal play. I looked it up. I did some research, guys.
That's right.
I did some research. You got to know.
He put on his.
You got to know. So what Juwan Taylor does every snap is legal until his foot touches the ground before the ball is snapped, or if he leans forward to go backwards.
Yeah.
As long as it's straight back and that leg doesn't touch the ground, legal. Legal. Yep. That's why Robbie Stanley does it. Robbie Stanley was doing the same thing for Baltimore the entire game.
Robbie Stanley doesn't. Ronnie Stanley does it.
Is it Ronnie
It's
Stanley?
Ronnie. Yeah.
I'm going to call him Robbie because I ain't got
wasn't
no
gonna
respect for the
correct you.
Ravens. I got no respect for the Ravens.
That's the nickname.
I don't like the Ravens.
They went to college
They went-
together.
yeah,
It's
they
his
went to-
nickname.
They went to college
Yeah.
together
Yeah.
like 72 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah. I just want to make sure everyone.
Well,
knew
he
the
has been in the
nickname.
league a minute.
Yeah.
So,
So
anyways.
Xavier Worthy had another touchdown pass, which we all love to see. There was some broken coverage there, but still, he was wide open. So
I mean, it was
he had
a
two
simple
touchdowns
up,
on the
out,
day,
up.
baby.
Like
Yeah,
it was. Sorry, he just made the defender look silly there.
yeah, that's what it was. They looked silly.
He looked silly.
And then the other guy who just tore it up was Rashee Rice.
They ran
7
the same
receptions,
play.
103 yards. Yeah,
Same play.
he had 9 targets. And here's the thing, this is what we have been believing. What we're going to see within the offense, just of the middle of the field where it was his playground.
Yep.
It was just his playground. There was one play that, he had it was kind of middle hash or left side hash, the kind of big play that he had. We had Noah Gray and we had Travis Kelce behind on the line, and they broke out to the right, which a lot of the defenders were watching. And here you go, Rashee Rice just found this, this opening.
He came across, and then he looped back out after he caught the ball for a big gain. Yeah.
So he had a fantastic game.
Fantastic.
And again, I think we're even going to see when he comes back some of Hollywood kind of playing some of that middle as well.
Mm-hmm.
So and I just think this is kind of the Chiefs offense in a nutshell that we're probably going to begin to see, where we see these certain players step up at key moments. But every week I feel like for the most part every week may be a new standout player that has big moments in that game. Now, receiving room, we probably will see more targets go to Rice, and then more targets go to Kelce. Mm-hmm. But you see, Worthy had 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Rashee Rice didn't have any.
Yep.
But he still got his target share. But these other guys stepped up and made some plays. So that was lovely. And then obviously Isaiah Likely for the Ravens had a huge game. Which
by a toe.
Yeah, by a toe. If he had half of a size.
If he would have wore I don't know what size shoe he wears, but if he wore a 14 instead of a 15, 14 and a half instead of a 15.
Yeah.
He's
which you saw Harbaugh we're going for 2, for 2. So
they
that
tried
was
to get that play off before
there.
they could review it, but I mean the last couple of minutes they're gonna pause the game.
Oh yeah.
The clock is stopped. They're not gonna rush anything.
And because even if they would have called a touchdown every touchdown is
reviewed.
Yeah. So it
Well, I'm just saying
it happened, and it was so funny because Lamar Jackson at the podium after, he's like that was a touchdown.
I still think it's a touchdown.
And it's bro,
it's not
these people have the they're looking at it, zooming in, and you can see the man's shoe.
Right. Well, and I'm sorry, Lamar Jackson, but if you hit one of the 2 wide open receivers in the 2 plays before that,
and what's funny is
that wouldn't have been a problem.
And here's the thing. I don't know. This is just people in denial. So, you have the play where, who was it? Zay Flowers was going, the opposite way, and he threw the ball this far over. You know what he said?
It was going to Rashad Bateman?
No, it was it Aguilar or Bateman?
It was Bateman. Bateman was in the middle.
One of them. He said, I was throwing it to him. It's that man was not even around where you threw the ball. What do you mean?
Rashad Bateman was the second closest guy to it, but he was 6 yards in front of he was at the front of the end zone.
Yeah.
I
don't get it. But
why are you throwing it to a guy that's not in the end zone?
don't know.
Like it's just
Yeah. Just some of the stuff they said, just like, man, just give it up.
Give it up, man.
But yeah.
Who's
so
yo daddy?
yeah. With that being said, defensively again, that first series looked a little shaky, but they picked it up. We did see some
Leo Chanel.
Yeah. Leo Chanel had a great game with two huge batted passes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we forgot to talk. Patrick Mahomes with a catch. Ooh,
He got his own catch.
yeah,
Oh,
which was huge
that's a
because
catch.
that could have been a huge turning point
Yep.
at that point in the game.
Yep.
Because I think that would have been picked off.
Yep.
One of those
100%.
guys
100%.
would have caught that ball.
And Pat, he
And
went up
that's
for
why
it.
he said he
went
went
up
to go
for it.
get it
Yeah.
instead of not or batting it because it was just so
there's
risky that could have went
couple
into
guys
someone
around
else's
it, yeah.
hands.
Which
So,
it was a great play by the guy in the middle, 23, I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is
for
Baltimore. That came and batted the pass because it would have been a first down.
yeah.
If he didn't bat it down, it would have been a first down. But
Yeah. So again, our defense or some of those, they looked a little tired. You can tell, like Nick Bolton. I mean, he was.
they were
There's a couple
gassed.
plays you could say he was gassed.
Chris Jones said after the game that when he was at his stool to leave below because he was tired. Like,
Yeah.
he
I mean,
took a nap
even on that
apparently.
last play, we didn't really get like
No.
pressure. They kind of ran. It was just like
Yeah.
both linemen were just like engaged, and it was
Yeah.
just like nobody was moving. So you can
Everybody
tell
was
they
on their
were
knee
gassed.
that last drive during the timeout.
Yeah.
Everybody was on their knee taking water.
Yeah.
George Kittle had his helmet off. George Kittle. Oh my God. George Karlaftis.
It's okay.
Just George K.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh man.
GK.
Hiya, Georgie. So George Karlaftis. Jeez, man. Honestly, if George Kittle turned into a defensive end, like he might do pretty well.
Yeah, it may be bad.
Anyways, George Karlaftis said like while he was at his locker, he didn't want to talk to anybody too. George Karlaftis never does that.
Yeah.
He's like, guys, I'm tired. I don't want to talk.
Yeah, I'm sure those guys were gassed, but they stepped up big. Jalen Watson, who led he led the defense and tackles, and I think he is. He is the number 2 corner, which he played a well game. He did have that penalty, but they were offsetting, so we're good there.
Well, and so
he outsnapped Joshua Williams.
Yep.
As well. So I think Jalen Watson, like I said, he's my guy to step up and be the other side.
So my key play of the game was Jalen Watson. I think it was the second drive after the first penalty. I think it was the same drive. He had the penalty that on Zay Flowers that canceled out penalties.
Oh yeah.
And then later in that drive, he was guarding Zay Flowers. And then he just did like a 360, like he was in a dryer spin, and just swatted the ball.
Oh,
and that's my key play. Like we needed that guy to show up big, and he showed up in that moment.
My key play, and then we're gonna move on here from the recap of the game. My key play was Trent McDuffie.
Yeah.
So on this play, it's 4th down, right? It's 4th down. And for the most part, I'm sure in Lamar Jackson's eyes, it looked like we may have this play because Zay Flowers took a page out of Tyreek Hill's book. I don't know if you see some of them where Tyreek Hill will basically squat behind a lineman almost and look pretty hidden. Tyreek Hill is only 5'10". Zay Flowers is right there or shorter maybe. But he hid.
He looks short next to Jalen Watson.
5'9".
5'9". Yeah. So he squatted in a stance behind the lineman, and you can tell that I think it was maybe Reed kind of look as if like I'm not really sure.
Yeah, no, they couldn't figure out where he was.
Where
You saw the defensive backs for the Chiefs just kind of scrambling around.
Right.
In the picture that showed behind Lamar Jackson.
Right.
You saw everybody kind of scrambling like I don't know who to cover. Oh, cover over here, cover over here. Because they only counted 10 guys, and you look at I couldn't see him.
Right, and so he breaks out, veers to the right. They throw him the ball, and McDuffie comes up with a huge hit,
which I think is a lot of credit to Leo Chanel.
Yeah,
because he came in and forced him out.
Yeah,
further out.
Yeah,
for
as
that.
he came up.
Yep.
And got pressure. So with that, Trent McDuffie was able to step up, and he made a great tackle to one. Although he got contact, to not let him get by. So I think that was my huge highlight. That was huge momentum part there, and that was just a huge play. And that's why, Trent McDuffie is that guy, man. He is a spectacular player. So that was my highlight of the game. And
let's go.
Yep, we got the first win on the season, the first dub. Is in the bag, things settled, and for the most part, like we looked well. You know what I mean?
For first game
even
of the
considering
season,
something, even like our defense, which a lot of players that because of injuries and stuff, didn't do a lot of full pad reps and play in preseason. Even though we saw their them getting tired, they still was just after giving up that first drive was still able to manage a lot of the game, which 3 points in the second quarter, none in the third.
Yep.
And then of course in the fourth quarter, Baltimore was coming back there, but
which I mean you kind of expect a little bit. I wasn't worried at all until that last drive.
Yeah, Baltimore's a tough
good
team.
Yeah,
they're a good team.
Well, they're going to wear you down, right?
Oh yeah,
fourth quarter is where they're going to shine because Lamar Jackson's just going to run you down.
Yep, and then adding Derrick Henry in the mix, which probably most games he may be in there a little more.
Yeah,
it's huge. So, great game. We got Cincinnati Bengals coming up.
Let's go.
Do you guys want to comment on the Spagnuolo timeout at all?
Oh yeah. So briefly within that controversial call, and there was a lot of people really, really upset about it and everything. But when you look at it and you blow up the picture and what did happen, which people, of course, they only see what they want to see,
right,
and maybe what they only saw. But you had Andy Reid, who was calling a timeout.
Yep.
He just wasn't moving in one direction or the other, but he's calling timeout.
Yep.
They didn't see it, and Spags started running because after it happened, that's why you saw him smiling, and he was pointing.
Well, so it wasn't the referee that he ran to. It wasn't the side judge that called it. It was the back judge.
Yep.
Who called it? Who saw Andy Reid calling the timeout? So he didn't see Steve Spagnuolo doing it. He saw Andy Reid doing it. I feel like Spagnuolo like running down the sideline is what drew his attention that way.
Yeah, well, even the ref, he kind of turned, but you still never seen him make the call. Although knowing
he looks back,
yeah,
and then that's when he waves and he calls because he saw the back judge call it.
That was yep.
So
we understand. Yes, it is illegal for a coach outside of the head coach to call the timeout. But Spags was like, they're not seeing Reid, so Spags just jets and but again, the back judge called it, which had view of Andy Reid to give the timeout.
I feel like so head coach, then while on defensive coordinator, while on offensive coordinator, those three people should be able to call timeout along with the players on the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it would just make sense, right? The head coach is going to kind of chill towards the middle of the field most of the times. The coordinators are going to be kind of pushed towards the end that they're at.
Well, in which for defense, the Mike linebacker can call it, and on offense, the quarterback. So it's like, those guys who call the plays in maybe have a shot at that too.
Right. Well, I mean, and they're like, oh, well, how do we know which linebacker? It was the same thing with like you having to know which linebacker is able to call it.
Right.
Same way you know which coach on the side is able to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would allow for more flexibility on the coaching staff for the head coach to coach how he wants to.
Especially when you have Andy Reid who cannot move down the sideline.
Right, like you can have a head coach that chooses to allow his coordinators to call timeouts, or you could have a coaching staff that's like, no, only the head coach. But that would give them flexibility to do that.
Yeah. So,
hey, a little something they can add to the game.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's that. That's the game. Cincinnati Bengals is up next. And of course, they're 0-1, and Cincy normally starts off pretty rough.
He's Joe Burrow is 1-4 or 1-5 in September. So,
and it looked like T. Higgins is
to
be out.
Start the season. Yeah.
There's some speculation.
T. Higgins, forgot about T. Higgins.
There's some speculation that Hollywood could be back. I don't think so, but who knows? But
with how we played last week, let him rest, man.
Joe Burrow has a record of 6-7-1 in the month of September.
So first games of the year.
Oh,
first season. Yeah, he's only won one game to start a season in his career. So,
there we got that of the Chiefs game, and then what we're looking forward to. And we got the Cincinnati Bengals coming up.
Yep.
Moving things along here a little bit.
I think Josiah has something for us.
Yeah, so Josiah,
what you got, bro?
You said you had something for us.
What you got, man?
So I put together like 5 different overreaction statements.
Okay.
So they can be hot takes or just things that like may be true for week 1.
Right.
But if someone were to say it, it'd be like, well, hold your horses here. Just because you saw it this week doesn't mean it's going to continue to happen.
Right.
Let's see
Overreaction week, baby. My favorite overreaction day is after week 1.
Yeah.
'Cause you absolutely know absolutely nothing about the season. Like anything. Like Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year when we didn't look great against the Lions, you know, for first week. So
yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, so the first one is Jordan Mason is ready to replace Christian McCaffrey.
Hey, you know what? Hey, check it out though. You can ask who I was around, which was my father-in-law.
Oh my gosh.
Check this out. I said, is it Christian McCaffrey or the offensive line?
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
Jordan Mason went.
They
off.
do have Trent Williams,
right? Who got a contract, and and Jordan Mason went off.
So
now we understand. Yes, Jordan Mason's no Christian McCaffrey by his track record,
right.
but I'm telling you,
and
Jordan Mason.
Before McCaffrey got there, Debo was running all over defenses.
Who was it? Was it was it Elijah Mitchell?
Elijah Mitchell
Before he got injured.
Yep, Elijah Mitchell was running off. So maybe it is the offensive line.
Yeah,
maybe they can be like, all right.
Although in Carolina, Christian McCaffrey was Carolina's offense.
Yeah,
so,
he's still
Christian
dominant.
McCaffrey.
He is that guy.
Christian McCaffrey when he's healthy.
Yeah,
when he's healthy.
But Jordan Mason is kind of like, hey, you give me the opportunity, I'm going to step up and
did the Chiefs trade for
stock for myself.
Jordan Mason?
No.
When Christian McCaffrey comes back?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, cool.
Not that deep.
Bottom line, he's not replacing Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, no.
When Christian McCaffrey's healthy, Jordan Mason is number 2.
Yeah. But he looked, Jordan Mason
undrafted.
real good, though.
Undrafted.
And I bet you, if you was to go to your fantasy app, I bet you Jordan Mason
he's on like 95% teams.
Has went up for people claiming him on the waiver wire.
He was at, even right before the game, whenever I went to pick him up, he was at 3 points.
Oh,
he was projected at 3 points.
3 points, yeah.
Like even right because
it was literally
they couldn't give him
it was literally
like they
game
didn't know.
time of the Jordan Mason. So it was crazy.
It was crazy.
But
yeah. All right. Next one. Adding Derrick Henry to the Lamar Jackson-led Ravens offense is redundant and a waste.
I agree with that. Man. I don't think Derrick Henry didn't have his. I think Justin Hill would be more effective in their backfield than Derrick Henry. Because Justice Hill can get out, like he'll catch the ball. Like Derrick Henry will wear you down, but you got to give him the ball. So I'll say it this way: if you don't give him the ball, and like if he's going to be on the sideline half the game, then it doesn't matter. Like why'd you pay him?
To me, I think it's still huge because of having them there. And I think some of it was on Baltimore staff. Again, you got to understand. You got to understand when it comes to, and I'm not just saying this for a Chiefs fan. You can check the stats and the history of it. A lot of teams get outside of their game plan
when they go to
when playing against, because their mindset is we have to score points because we know at times Kansas City just can light up the scoreboard or can score in a moment. And so with that, they begin now, this guy that you brought in that you paid money, you take him off the sideline and you plan a Justice Hill.
Yep.
Well, I think when you see the season unfold in most games, Derrick Henry is probably going to be in and getting more of that. But the pressure that they feel to move the ball down the field to try to get in the red zone to score, I think added pressure to remove Derrick Henry and like Justice Hill is our receiving back.
Yeah, Derrick Henry has to be in the game when he's not getting the ball.
Because the thing is, I think you're going to this is why you're going to need him, because as you can see in this game, and even when you saw in the AFC Championship game, is the fact that Lamar Jackson, man, throwing the ball down the field is hard. It seems like his accuracy is not well. And so
even that pass to Nelson Aguilar to the 10-yard line
was tough.
Nelson Aguilar had to go up to get, and they're like, oh, he put it only where he could get it. No, he overthrew him, and Nelson Aguilar made a good play.
So adding Derrick Henry to draw up some of that secondary to load up the box, which sometimes we did that, opened up some stuff from them. I think it's key. So I don't think it's necessarily a waste, but I can totally see where it could be, because, I mean, look at what they did. Look, all right, check this out. last year. Who'd they have? They had Gus Edwards and
J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins, right? And there was always this like interchanging rotation of a committee running back, right? And then J.K. Dobbins goes to the Chargers, and what he does, he goes off.
Yep.
He like has his rookie, you know, it looked like, oh, this may be what he did his rookie year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And hence why, you know, we had a moment to bring him in to talk to maybe Adam. But that, you know, that's the thing.
Yep.
So I think the component of what he brings is probably what they're leaning on. But I totally can see it's not a bad thought.
They gotta make sure Derrick Henry's on the field when he's not running the ball. I mean, because every time like he was on the field, he essentially got the ball, and we were able to stop. We knew, okay, Derrick Henry's probably getting this ball, and we stopped him behind the line of scrimmage half a dozen times.
Well, and I remember whenever they picked him up, thinking that, oh shoot, we're not going to know who's going to run the ball, Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry.
Right.
But they played against them.
I think they need to lean into that. That having both of them on the field, it's like, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. And I think that they need to lean into that.
And let Derrick Henry block, bro. The guy is 6'2", 247.
Yeah.
Let him block.
And, you know, another thing was we were kind of, you can tell that's why Justice Hill was, I mean, we didn't guard that well because we were so, you know, on the thought of like, you know, Lamar Jackson running.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I still think that he is a key player to their offense, and you'll see it throughout the year.
Yep.
But hey, I mean, that's not a bad thought.
Not a bad thought.
You know, go get Jordan Mason.
Yep.
Could have got him.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Xavier Worthy is the new Tyreek Hill.
No.
I think there's only one Tyreek Hill, right?
Until Xavier Worthy goes up and make tough, consistent catches at the height that he is.
Yeah.
We know he got the speed. So he makes the tough catches, and he can. And I need to I need to see Xavier Worthy get hit hard.
Yeah.
I don't want him to. I'm not saying I don't want him to get hurt, anything like that. I just need him to see how does he hold up with, because Tyreek Hill wasn't afraid to come across the middle, nor did we shy away from throwing him passes across the middle because he was shorter. Now his speed made up to remove himself from some of the impact hits, but I think the nature of that was there. Now speed wise, I mean, it was very exciting to me. Like, you know, like
nobody's catching.
Man, we got that.
He's open field. Nobody's catching him.
We know what it looked like with Tyreek Hill. But Xavier got a little ways to go.
Yeah, he needs to put on a little bit of muscle if he wants to be the new Tyreek Hill.
And listen, as long as when he gets pulled over, he raises his window down, then he will not be. He'll be better than the new Tyreek Hill.
Right, just roll your window down.
That's that.
Yeah, just roll your window.
But no, he is not.
That is not our stand. Like, Deontay's comments do not represent that of Thy Kingdom Come podcast. And those are his own opinion. We're not going to talk about it. All right, next one.
Let's
next
do authority.
One.
Yeah.
All right,
let's go.
Next one. The Patriots have a real shot at winning their division.
The Patriots are undefeated.
They're undefeated.
They're undefeated.
So
they have an undefeated season right now.
Yeah. They're not going to the Super Bowl.
Oh,
they want to know.
Yeah, they aren't. So I guess they won't win.
They won on the road in Cincinnati.
They did.
They did.
They're the only team in their division to win on the road. The Jets lost.
Yep.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
And I had the Jets. I did have the Jets losing that game.
No. The Bills won. Which the Bills won because
they won at home.
Yeah, they won at home though.
Wait, what did you say?
So they were the only ones to win on the road.
Away on the road.
Yeah. Bills won at home.
Yeah.
But
no, they don't.
Yeah,
they don't. I think the quarterback play is going to come out to it. Now, Ramondre Stevenson is a huge highlight for them.
Yep.
But once I think if you hone in to stopping him, I mean, I think you're going to see their defense as well.
Yeah.
But I think they won't. I don't know. Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he's just never really.
He's not consistent, man.
Mediocre, you know what I'm saying?
He has not. He's not had a consistent career.
And quarterback has been their trouble since you lost Brady.
Hey, man,
and they drafted a guy, but again, the NFL is different than college, and so
I think it's a fluke, man. If you go fishing, the most common fish in the sea is a fluke. Yeah. So
I don't think Patriots will have a better record than Miami or Buffalo.
That's an Office quote that I just said too.
But I like the
Malone, baby.
I like the thought.
I don't like the thought at all.
Yeah, right.
Prove me wrong. There we go.
Yeah.
The last one is Aaron Rodgers is washed, and alternatively, Tyrod Taylor could replace him.
Hey, I tell you what, Aaron Rodgers, like every kind of, I guess, play that maybe a drop pass or even the one that was broken up, the disappointment on that man's face is like, it was like
he expects a lot of his guys.
Yeah.
And I think,
and his throws looked good.
Yeah, and maybe he feels his time is running out as well, but.
So I will say the last game we saw Aaron Rodgers play in full, and the stats to this Monday night game were very similar. But I think the advantage he has this time is like he hadn't played in a year. He's coming off an injury, and the fact that he's able to, get his stats to look similar to the last time he played a full game, I think it's a good thing for him. I don't think he's washed yet. We have an entire season to see. His receivers has to get back on the same page with him. He did spend some of the off season when he should have been at camp, not at camp. So we'll see.
My take is I think Aaron Rodgers is washed.
You do think he's washed?
Yeah, I don't think. To be honest,
I'm not ready to call it yet.
Yeah, I don't
yet.
I'm calling it yet. I'm calling it now. I don't think that he's in the. I don't think. Now I understand what his record like. If you take away the history and the Aaron Rodgers that's now, I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. I think this injury because he did not move well, and some of that stuff that Aaron Rodgers, even though he wasn't fast, he can maneuver in the pocket to get some guys to buy them time down the field. That's why Randall Cobb was so good. He always just knew when it was scramble drill to get to a spot so he can get the ball, and I think that's huge. And it's Achilles, you can tell. He looks a little timid.
Yep.
I mean, he had 167 yards, 13 for 21, 61% completion. He averaged 8 yards a throw, he did have one touchdown, which was 36 yards. And
but he also had
Allen Lazard had that big one, but he had the interception. Yep. His sack was only 5 yards. I don't know. I just don't think this is the same Aaron Rodgers. I think this injury will affect him. And being off a year affects as well, because as you're not able to do where you are because this specific injury, the rehabbing still don't allow you to move and like you want to, and everybody else is getting faster. Everybody else is improving in their physical, attributes and in their and all of that. So I don't know. Like I know a lot of people may throw some shade like you don't know what you're talking about, and that's all right.
Cool.
But I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback this year.
Man.
And I don't know. I think he's on the downtrend.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong, Aaron Rodgers. Let me see it.
Yeah, I mean, we still have the whole season. And he was talking about yesterday, I think it was on Pat McAfee, that he only got hit twice, I think, in that game.
Yeah.
And so if there's a game
that's
where he
more
gets hit
kudos
a bunch,
to his line, though.
like it could. Right. No, exactly. And so there may be, he is older. So, what happens whenever he gets hit 7 times in a game?
Right.
Or he has to move outside a lot during the game. What happens? How does he perform?
Right. Yeah. So, all right. Is that the last one you had?
That's the last one.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So, all right. So we're breaking into something we're doing new. Okay? Yeah. Breaking into something new. We're going to start doing this every week before the Thursday night game or Wednesday night game if there's a Wednesday night game. Yeah. We're going to start predicting predicting the games.
Yep.
Like who's going to win each week.
Yeah,
now, I don't know if you want to do it. I don't know if you want to do it this way. But we can pick either just who's going to win outright, or we can pick against the spread. So first game, for instance, tonight. I say tonight because this is when it's going to be released, technically tomorrow. But so Miami is favored by 2.5 points. So do you have Miami by 2.5, or do you have the Bills plus 2.5, meaning they could either win or lose by less than 2.5 points?
I had the Dolphins winning the game.
Yeah.
I
think it's by at least a field goal, probably.
Yeah, I think it'll be probably by 7.
Okay.
I mean,
so you're going to take the Miami minus
Bills
2.5.
could have lost the Arizona game.
Yeah.
But literally, Josh Allen is their offense.
Yes.
And I think that Dolphins have a better defense that I think will give them the ball. So I had Miami winning this game over the Bills.
Yep. I got Miami minus 2.5 as well. All right. So Sunday, we'll save the Chiefs for the last Sunday game. Since we're Chiefs fans, it automatically populates to the top. So let's go Saints and Cowboys. Who you got?
I had
Dallas is favored at -6.5.
I had Saints winning this game.
You have Saints?
Yeah, Saints their defense looked really good.
They look
Offense
really
moved well.
good.
Dallas Cowboys defense looks really well. Looked great as well.
Yeah,
but I got Saints actually upset in this game.
what do you expect when you have 4 former Chiefs players on your defense?
Right? Yeah.
So I actually agree with you. I think the Saints go into Dallas and win this game. I have them at just winning outright, not just beating the spread, but winning outright. So we're tossing. Look at this. We're doing
look
the
at
same.
that, man.
We're doing the same. We'll keep record of what our records are for the season too.
Yo, let's do it.
Let's do that. So this one, who you got? Buccaneers, Lions. Detroit's favored -7.
I have Buccaneers winning this game.
Ooh.
I have them winning by a field goal.
Ooh.
I do.
So
Buccaneers didn't look too bad.
I have the Buccaneers losing, but I have them beating the spread.
Okay.
So I think the Bucs +7 with Detroit taking the win. So I think that Detroit wins by less than 7 points.
All right.
Cool? All right, man. Let's go Colts and Packers, both 0-1.
Colts is going to win this game and have potential shot at the Super Bowl because they're 0-1, right?
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
0-1. 0-1. So Indy is favored -3.
Right. But I got Colts winning this game.
Yeah, Colts. Do you think they're going to win by more than 3?
Yeah, I think the Colts will win by 10.
Ooh.
Especially with Willis in the game.
Malik Willis, yeah. I don't know how that Packers offense is going to look. I don't trust it without Jordan Love.
It's going to be all Josh Jacobs for the most part. But I think Packers,
Josh Jacobs looked good. But
I think Packers lose by 10.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a double-digit loss for the Packers. Losing at home, going 0-2 on the season.
Yep.
Jets at Titans,
And
more
Jets.
0-1 teams.
I do have Jets winning this game, so I guess Aaron Rodgers will not be washed for this game.
I'm throwing this out.
He's going against the Titans.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I have the Jets winning by 17 on this one.
Okay.
I don't like the Titans at all.
I
don't like the Titans offense.
I got them at least 10, but I think the Jets.
Yeah, I feel bad for.
I think they're going to bounce back.
I feel bad for L'Jarius Sneed.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, buddy.
I mean, he got paid.
He did get paid. At least he's got that. He can wipe his tears with that money. 49ers at Vikings. San Francisco is favored by 6.
Yeah, I have an upset with the Vikings winning by 3.
Wow. With Sam Darnold at quarterback.
Yep.
Oh, so you have Vikings winning outright. I have a blowout for the 49ers.
You got a blowout?
Yeah, they're winning by way more than 6 points.
It's going
got a blowout for the Niners.
Let me see.
I mean, especially with Mason showing what he could do last week. Rest yourself, Christian. We got is it Jerome? What is his first name?
Who?
What are we talking
Mason.
about?
Jordan. Yeah. He starts with a J. Cool. So Seahawks at Patriots.
Sam Darnold had 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, bruh.
Yeah, 208 yards, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're right. Sam Darnold had only 208 yards.
Yeah, I got them winning this game.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Seahawks at Patriots.
I had the Seahawks winning this one.
So they're favored -3.5. You got them more by more than 3.5?
I think it'd be probably right around there. I really wasn't looking at the spreads before this, but
yeah. So yeah, I got the Seahawks winning by 3. I think the Patriots beat the spread, but Seahawks
take the L.
Seahawks win the game. So
yeah.
All right, a couple more 0-1 teams. It's a divisional game. Giants at Commanders.
Yeah, I have the Commanders winning this one.
Okay, they're favored by 1.5.
They win by a touchdown.
No faith in Daniel Jones whatsoever on my side of this table. I've got the Commanders winning by 10.
Okay, you got 10.
They're beating the spread by a lot. I think we're going to see Jaden Daniels have a great game.
Okay.
It's going to be his breakout game.
I mean, second half, he tore it up.
Yeah, he did. So he finally got into
on the run for sure.
He finally got into a rhythm. I mean, he had 88 yards rushing.
Yeah, he scored 2 on the ground.
Yep. So I have faith in Jaden Daniels. So Next game, Chargers at Panthers.
I want them to lose, but I know probably the Chargers will win this game.
Yeah, I think the Chargers win this game too. I actually had them losing last week, but I think the Chargers win.
I think they win by 7.
Yeah, I think they're going to beat the spread as well. Chargers -6.5. Browns at Jaguars. More 0-1 teams.
I have who was it? I have the Jags winning this one.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I have Jags winning this one.
Yep. So Jacksonville is favored by 3 points. So yeah,
I think it will be that. I think it will be a field goal that wins the game.
Yeah. So I think it might be a shove here too. I think Jaguars win by 3 against the Browns.
I don't know, man. Deshaun Watson does not look good.
Does not
talk
look
about
good.
somebody that looks washed.
No, and there were so many high hopes for them this season. But anyways, yeah,
Hey,
I don't.
And by which, the Browns signed to the practice squad Kadarius Toney.
They did sign Kadarius Toney to the practice squad.
Yeah.
So they're definitely losing this game. All right, Raiders versus
The Raiders.
Raiders at the
Again,
Ravens.
I want them to lose. And they are going to lose. So the
Yeah.
Ravens will win this game.
I think this
They're
is
gonna
an
win.
absolute blowout.
I think they're going to win by 14. I get 14.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens won by 40. Yeah, it's the Raiders, man. I got no respect
So it has
for
a
'em.
total points of 41.5. So the Ravens
Definitely
are going
the
to
over.
score 41.5 according to Justin. They're going to score 42 points, and the Raiders won't score nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I have Baltimore beating the spread, and I'm going to take the over on the total points.
Okay.
I think it's going to be like it's probably going to be like a 50-point game. Raiders 10. I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding, but I will take the
You
over.
are like
60
quadrupling
to
the
50
spread.
over.
60 to 10. Got
No,
it.
50-10.
Oh, 50 to 10. So 40-point game.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said 50.
That's what I said.
No, I said the Ravens will score 50.
No, it should be 50-point game.
Anyway, for the Ravens. Rams at Cardinals. More 0-1 teams.
I got the Rams winning this game.
Yeah.
Even with Puka out, I think Cooper's just going to he's going to get back to some old numbers that was spectacular numbers.
I mean, he had 110 yards last week.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to have 150 this week. But I think the Rams win this game because Cardinals does not throw the ball to Marvin
The
Harrison.
Cardinals are favored by
for whatever
1.5.
That made me so mad.
Yeah, I got
For one fantasy.
I got the Rams probably winning this by I'd say 7. Rams win by 7.
Yeah, I think I got the Rams by I want to say double digits, close to double digits. I think 7 to 10 points for sure.
Okay.
Steelers at Broncos. Pittsburgh's favored by 3. I think it should be.
Oh yeah, I got Pittsburgh.
I think it should be way more.
I got Pittsburgh by 10.
Yeah, the Broncos did not look good. Pittsburgh's offense didn't look good either, though. Like they had all points on field goals last week.
Yeah.
So
They was able to move. I think Fields probably a little more comfortable this week.
yeah. So yeah, I've got the Steelers beating the spread. Then you have Bears and Texans. Bears at Texans.
I got Houston winning this by 10.
I got Houston winning by a bunch too. Like Bears again, like no points scored by Caleb Williams in the offense. It was the defense that scored touchdowns. So yeah, I've got the Texans beating the spread by -7. So let's go to the Chiefs Bengals game.
No, there's Falcons, Eagles.
Well, that's Monday night though. We'll go.
Oh,
we'll keep
okay.
it to Sunday.
Okay.
So last Monday game or Sunday game we'll go through is Bengals at Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by -6. Usually when somebody's favored by -5 or more, that's a big spread, right?
I think we will win by 10 points.
Yeah, I think we're going to win by quite a bit. I think the
We
Chiefs.
should have put up our scores we had for it, but it's all right.
Oh, I can find it.
Oh yeah, true. Well, so things have changed, like obviously.
Yeah.
So I've got. Yeah.
Dionte, you had it 17-10.
All right. And I
Okay.
said by touch. What did I say? By
You said
10?
by 10.
And then
Okay.
Justin said 30-7.
37.
I stand by it.
All right.
Especially after last week seeing the Bengals play, Joe Burrow did not look good.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Look, I might say 40-10. Like we might 40-7.
That's almost Raiders Ravens.
Yeah, I know, right? I think we win by several touchdowns.
Yeah,
more than 2 touchdowns. And then the last game of the week is Falcons at Eagles. Philly is favored by 6.5.
Yeah,
Who you got?
I think Eagles win this game.
Yep. Do you have them beating the spread more than 6.5?
No, I got them winning by a field goal.
Okay, so you got Falcons beating the spread, but Eagles winning the game. I'm actually going to agree with you. I think the Falcons beat the spread. I think Kirk Cousins comes out a little bit better this week than he did last week.
He had some troubles.
Yeah, he had a little bit of trouble. I mean, he is coming back from an Achilles as well.
Yeah.
Didn't get as much practice in the offseason as he probably would have liked. But I think the Falcons beat the spread, but the Eagles taking it home. So yeah, man. So that's our pick'ems for the week. We'll see. We'll evaluate next week. We'll kind of recap our scores when we do it next week from this weekend. So man. I guess that's mostly it for the day. You got anything else, man?
No, that's it, man.
That's it.
Let's go week 2, baby.
Let's go week two. Week 2, baby. Josiah, you got anything?
No.
Short, sweet, to the point, man.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what? Maybe we will give you that raise back.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Cool. Go get forklift certified and we'll talk about it.
Great.
All right. Well, I guess if that's all we got for Dionte, Josiah, I'm Justyn. Make sure you're liking, you're commenting, and subscribing on YouTube. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
If you got little games for us to play, give us some ideas. Damien, we're not talking about the Patriots anymore. And I guess until next time, guys, thy kingdom come.